PAX America. Thank you for making it out for the Hitman PAX East panel. I appreciate you skipping dinner or whatever your other plans were to join us. Before we get started, I wanted you to help me join me in a round of applause for the amazing PAX East staff. We wouldn't be here without them. I'm not sure if you're all aware of the significance of today's date, but it is April 7th. In other words, 4-7, a number very close to the heart of our game's protagonist, or rather, close to his skull. I really want you guys to help us make this a momentous occasion, so I'm going to need your help at the end of the panel. Please stick around. You'll notice, or you may still be sitting on it if you haven't noticed, that we handed out red ties. I'd like for you to try to put those ties on at some point during this. If you don't know how to tie a tie, fake it. And we'll give you more instructions at the very end. But we've got a lot of fun stuff going on today. So without further ado, let me introduce the art director at Iowa Interactive, Roberto and Marchesi.
Hey guys.
And PR frontman for the studio, Sven Liepold. Take it away, guys.
Thanks, Norm. Hey guys, what's up? All right. So, do we have some Hitman fans in here, actually?
That's good. That's very good.
All right, guys. We want to kick this off by showing you an ICA file. All right. What's an ICA file? ICA stands for International Contract Agency, and that's where 47 gets its contracts from. And we created these files in order to set up the story for Absolution. So what you're about to see sets the story in motion. And yeah. I'm going to add a little words to it after you saw that, so just take it away. Let's have a look.
Diana Burnwood, age 39, ICA handler, Gamma rank, scouted 1985, enrolled December 1990, sole handler for the ICA operative code named Agent 47. Maintains a 97% success rate. Handler operative synergy rating very high. Execution is persistently flawless. Intelligence and Ortmeyer scale scores consistently in the superior range. Mentally stable and capable of rapidly metabolizing psychological trauma. Promoted in recognition of significant accomplishments. ICA rank, Tetra, June 2009. Yellow flagged by Gamma rank handler Benjamin Travis. Possible liability to a central ICA initiative. Investigation initiated. Diana Burnwood. Priority 1A kill order issued for immediate execution. Operative assigned, Agent 47.
So yeah, there you have it. 47 kills Diana. Or actually, you will kill Diana. That's pretty much the first thing you will do in the game. And that's what sets the story in motion, because for the first time, 47 is not dependent on the agency anymore. He's off the leash, he's on his own, and yeah.
Is that my cue?
Yeah, that's basically what I mean.
Okay.
But yeah, actually we have more to show. You're not here for this or two sexy Europeans, right? So what's up, Roberto?
At the past E3, we took the Hitman franchise back on the map and introduced our new engine. Now, for the first time, you are the first people that are seeing the gameplay, and we really want to focus on that for you today. And we do it on a purpose, because we really want you guys to understand the nuances of the gameplay and what you can do with 47. Because when you guys wear the suit and the red tie, you have to feel in control of a killing machine. And we have infiltrated an orphanage, and we are wearing a priest outfit. Before anyone asks, the answer is no. We tried to to mix it up a bit more, and we wanted to create an experience that can be lived in different ways depending on what your mood and your inclinations are. What we really want you guys also to notice is the instinct and how you can use it in a both defensive and offensive manner when you blend in while wearing a disguise or you hide in plain sight, dressed like a goon that is looking at the religious pamphlets, or like we saw in the last scene with the point shooting mechanic, which is also part of instinct, but more of an offensive side.
Yeah, it's safe to say. I mean, so far we've shown, like Roberto was saying, last year E3 we introduced a new engine, the new cinematic look. This time around we introduced you to the different play styles you can choose. And I know a lot of you hardcore fans are craving from the sandbox gameplay, the hits, the accidents, all that cool stuff. Yes, you're going to see that in this year's E3 actually. So maybe we see you there, or maybe you check it out online, but thanks again so much, guys. It's really a lot of love.
I know, it's terrible. But if you'll excuse me, who's willing to participate in this big stunt? Do you all have your ties on? You all have your ties on? Are you ready? Mimic some poses up here as well. All right, you guys have to leave. Very good, very good. Can't censor this guy. All right, brilliant. One more pose, and then some Q&A. I think we can do it. We have more time than I thought. How about the cross the heart? You can look wherever you want. Just pretend you're super cool and you're a killing machine. Look at it. Yes. That's good. Good pose in the back. Anyone wants to T-bow, feel free. T-bowing is allowed.
Yes, what is the reasoning behind the new X-ray, what instinct mode, fire walking lines thing?
The fire walking X-ray something.
Okay, and you remember, you've been a fan, you played the old games? Right?
Yeah, I played all of them.
You remember the mini-map where you like godlike looked on the top of the level and saw every single enemy in there and followed that path? We actually recreated it, but we streamlined it. Now it's all in front of you, so you have not have to switch back and forth, so the experience is always the same. You have those guys in front of you. But you can choose when you activate it or not. And the firewalking is actually a prediction of the path of the enemies that they take. And the instinct feature is actually an umbrella feature that drives many features in the game. Like the blending in you saw in the professional playthrough, where he kind of scratches his head in his disguise. Because even if you wear a disguise of the goon, when you pass these enemies close by, you need to do this one, because otherwise they recognize you, right? Also, the point shooting at the end is driven by instinct, where you actually slow time a bit. That burns down the instinct, and for every tag you place, burns down a chunk as well. So it's not something you will do every 10 steps around the corner, right? It has a strategic element to it.
Okay, all right. And you refill it by doing...
You refill it by doing cool Hitman stuff, essentially. You know, taking guys out, hide them, maybe a headshot. That's how you fill the instinct meter again. It's an economy.
All right, thank you.
Very much welcome.
I think us as fans, we really fell in love like some of the outlandish stuff in the game, like putting a knife into a turkey and him somehow dying from that. And then also we've seen actual real things like replacing a prop pistol with a real pistol and having that execution being taken out. Now in this Hitman, are we more likely to see the outlandish stuff, some of the real stuff, or maybe a little bit mix?
Well, I think what made the previous installments a success was the fact that it's a mix of very realistic scenarios and extreme dark humor where you can mix and match outlandish accidents, like you say.
Yeah.
So from a purely gameplay mechanic, I think the game is pretty outlandish right now. But we will have, for instance, accidents coming back to the series. So you will be able to get away with murder. For us really now, it's important to show you what 47 can do. This is just the tip of the iceberg. There's so much more.
I mean, I think we all have high expectations, but we think those will be met, and I'm excited for it. And
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
What kind of rewards will it be as opposed to those who's getting the silent assassin ranking, as opposed to those who go in guns blazing?
This is what we showed you today is still pre-beta code, so the guys are still tweaking the values. But it's really important for us that you get to see all the stuff you can do. So we took some liberties on that account. For instance, the silent assassin rating is still very much present in the series. And to achieve it, you basically have to be a ghost. You have only to touch your target and no one else. And no one has ever been aware of your presence on the level. Just hiding a body away wouldn't even suffice. So it's what we showed you today is a rather professional approach, but at the same time it's much harder to achieve, so that mode is still very much present. What also we thought was really important is the fact that you are basically the world's best assassin, and you have access to all types of weapons from firearms to just improvised weapons like a toy robot. And we wanted to make that part of the gameplay also as rewarding. And so it's really not a failure to get spotted and coming in a situation where you actually have to draw your guns. But it just feels good to shoot people in the head.
I know in the previous games you were able to purchase many weapons and upgrade them how you like. Has that been integrated into this game as well? And what's the variety compared to the previous games?
There is so much variety that it's really, we've gone to town with the props you can use in this game.
Is he going to have any sort of replacement in terms of, sort of logistics, in terms of support, or is it going to be sort of a very different game compared to the others because he's acting so independently?
That's a really good question.
Yes, he has no support at all. He has to fight this fight. As you pointed out, maybe he has some problems with the agency as well, but he has other problems as well, as you saw with the Blake Dexter that we introduced here. So yeah, it's going to be a very, very different journey this time, and it's safe to say it's his darkest hour so far. We will send him through hell.
First, what inspired you to design a game about a hired killer? And second, what inspired you to decide to continue the story?
Well, the first part of the question is what inspires us to make a game about a hired killer. I mean, that is a dark fantasy that we all have. So I mean, for one day, it's just nice to experience it, I guess. So that is just it's something. And also because we want to make games that we want to play ourselves. We are all gamers at IO, and this is one of the things that drives us. So for us, it's natural. And what we also wanted to continue the universe because 47 is such a powerful character that has so much to give yet. We also were aware of the previous titles and are aware of the strengths of them. One of the things that makes 47 successful is the fact that he's relatively empty. It's an empty vessel that allows the player to project themselves a lot into it. So this is also something that we still want to have and cater for. But at the same time, we also want to give some depth to the character. And that is what we're trying to achieve in Absolution.
I was wondering, do these missions, it looks like, have different endings to them? Like, can you choose to let someone live, just kill them off because you're mad at the world? And
Yeah, I think what you're asking, your actions do have consequence.
Like in real life. Sorry, no, don't go, come back. Well, the way we try to make the game is that the variation itself can also be experienced in the gameplay. We tried to develop an AI that was as robust as we could, and it would allow you to push the game and the characters. And we also tried to put as many stories inside NPCs, and it's something that you can pull out of them by either playing very aggressively or defensively. But what we were showing you here today were two extremes of what you will experience, but the levels are so big and the AI is so robust that you actually can contain them. One of the main features that distinguish Absolution from Blood Money is the fact that in Blood Money, if you alerted an NPC, everyone was alerted. They were all onto you. Now you can contain a situation. If, for instance, you take down a guard and take his disguise and someone else spots you, they become curious of you. Then if a third guard sees a dead body, he gets alerted. But if the two previous guards haven't talked together, they haven't put one and one together, So they are not so the guy that has seen the body doesn't know about you, and the guy that's suspicion about you doesn't know about the body. So if you actually manage to take them both out, you've contained the situation, and the other guards on the level have not been alerted. So in that way you can really push the level and play with the eyes, and maybe have them follow you down a dark alley, and yeah. I digress. But yes, and the targets, they can, the way you can change the endings is by choosing how they die.
As a person, I always wondered, what kind of timeout did Agent 47 use? Because it looks like a half Windsor.
Okay, which one of you wants this one?
I boldly lie, I have no clue.
I want to know how you guys are going to do, because I remember seeing a screenshot, I think on one of your websites, but of like a really giant crowd scene, and I really want to know how you guys are going to incorporate into the game.
GDC actually this year, we introduced the technology behind the crowds, because the crowds are a very, very big part of the game. We haven't shown so much about it so far, but they are there, and they're not shallow husks anymore, you know? It's like you have about 1,200 people on the screen at the same time, and these are real NPCs you can interact with. They panic, they flee, they basically everything what a real crowd does. So yes, there are going to be crowds in there.
I have a second question. Like, when, you know how like in the other game, like if you killed somebody and then like one of the let's say common people would just like pick up a gun and start shooting you. Does that kind of stuff resurface again, or is it like? I just want to know like what kind of things that normal people would react to in the game.
I mean, like a pregnant woman takes up a gun and goes after me. It's worth a thought, but I can't answer that right now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And will we expect something a little more open-ended, like more drastically open-ended?
This, the road or the strategy behind presenting Absolution to you guys was sort of a risky one, because so far we only showed you like the new stuff, the stuff that evolves in the game, right? But imagine all that on top of everything you love, plus the extra stuff that you love even more, but you don't know about it yet. And that's Hitman Absolution for you. So don't worry, it's all going to be there.
You're good, Hitman. Hey, listen everybody, thank you so much. We've got huge announcements coming your way in May, and obviously at E3. Please stay on it, get on Facebook, like us, go to the forums, go to the website, check out YouTube/Hitman. And thank you so much for being here, and have a great rest of the